I remember that.
We are watching RWBY. This is volume 6.
Shut up, phone.
Chapter 11. And we'll watch it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, and this is 15 minutes and 53 seconds. And play.
No, it's not even that long. No.
It's rising at least. It's all we can hope for nowadays.
Right?
Yeah, that's good enough. At this point, this is kind of like the default.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I think Genlock will like premiere like either immediately after RWBY ends or like a little near the end. Actually, yeah. Actually, near the end, because that's literally next week.
It shouldn't be. Next week should be the 21st.
Yeah, next week is the 21st.
And then it appears the week after.
Yeah, and which point this reaches episode 12, but they have like 2 other episodes.
Oh.
Yeah. So hopefully well, based on like what Corin has said, something big's gonna happen. But I'm kind of looking forward more to like the fighting animation. I know there was quite a bit like in the previous episode. And I neglected to actually say anything about it, just due to the fact that like the episode was so short. But
yeah,
she's going down in this one, and hopefully it just kind of at least carries on for at least 2 episodes. I don't mind if there's some kind of like calming in one and maybe a transition in the other. But now that I look at that scene here in the opening, just I wonder if Ozpin will even come back in the rest of the volume. But I guess we'll find out.
If he does, it'll be like the last episode.
No, yeah. I've been watching this entire time, kids, and I'll have to say I'm quite aroused. I mean, I'm looking forward to working with all.
I mean, deeply impressed. Deeply.
Especially you, Oscar.
You're joking, right? You want to fight this thing? We've fought giant monsters before. This is just a tiny old lady with one very big robot.
A weapon that can surpass the Metal Gear.
Just thought you could creep your way into Atlas.
Well, let's see how your resolve holds out against the might of the Elysian military.
Elysian? Fire Emblem?
Shot the shit out of it.
That's some pretty good accuracy.
So be it.
Just aims right at them.
Earthbender.
Holy shit, that was awesome. Wait, first of all, where the rocks come from? I know the ice is there, but...
Earthbend.
We need to figure out how
Okay.
to stop Cordovan and protect the airship until we do.
Then let's give her more targets to focus on.
You mean us, don't you?
Yes.
Look at that thing. It's not designed for small enemies. It's probably meant for giant Grimm that come in from deeper waters. We can turn our size into an advantage. We just have to be smart.
Spoken like a true tactician.
You
Alright.
keep the ship out of harm's way.
Well, they can take my driver's license, but I won't let them take this ship.
Very reassuring.
I'd be more useful if I go with her. From up high, I can try to spot a weakness.
Well, he's not the only one who can grab a bird's eye view.
You said you
Nice.
needed me to know?
Squaw!
Not exactly.
They're not dead.
Okay. Nice.
Frighteningly accurate.
Oh, new song. Gonna get copyright for that. I'm just gonna... This is nice, though. It reminds me of that one
She
scene.
thinks she's Gru.
Reminds me of like some Sonic thing that he would do.
Not Sonic. Gru. Despicable Me.
This is true.
Where is she gonna punch a shark?
And you said it wasn't beach season.
These ants. These really annoying ants.
I love that her grenade launcher has hearts on the grenades.
Surely you knew Atlas was the father of hard life dust. Or do lesser kingdoms simply lack proper education?
Oh shit, it's the Annihilator Beam from Metroid 2. Or Prime 2.
Cordo just activated shields.
I saw that. We need to find whatever's generating it.
You know, in video games, the weak spot's usually on the back of the giant boss. RWBY, this isn't a game. I'm just trying to look out.
It's not, but there is a radiator back there.
The fuck was that?
Until the shield's down, we're gonna have to get up close and personal with this thing.
Got it. Scratch on the back of my neck.
Waste and I are on it. Hold on.
Whoop!
Ooh.
Wait, that's it. When she...
Ah.
Ruby, move!
Ooh. 2D animation, by the way. Nice.
Weird.
It is kind of a jarring effect, but it'll work.
Oh, she mastered her summon. That's a sharp fucking scythe.
Earthquake! That's a blood-curdling scream.
Alright.
Like she was chasing after ants for like a good couple minutes.
Thora! Ren's just like,
Ren's
this was
just-
a bad idea.
It's just stuck there for the remaining of the battle. Okay.
What if I hadn't caught you? I knew you would.
Need your scythe back, by the way?
No, she had it.
Okay.
Dude, that is sharp as hell.
Gotcha.
Nice.
For a second, I thought that was a big ass Duracell.
I wonder what that is. I was about to say,
You get back here with my man.
oh shit.
Does that make it canon?
I hope so. John, hurry! Ooh. That's not good. I just ran out of speed, is all.
This is what happens when you think you know better than those rightfully in charge.
We gotta do something.
Maybe use the guns?
I'm not sure if that thing has guns. I think it's just mainly for transport. Although I wouldn't blame for not having it. Or having it. Wow. Just at RWBY. There we go. Wow. Wow.
caught it and didn't blow it up.
Okay, now I can actually analyze what's going on here.
A lot of jumping.
Yeah, it's like a smash battle.
Would that make her Greninja? Or no, because she has that. She's more of a Richter. And the other guy, I can't remember his name.
But you just gotta outrun him and keep outrunning him. Oh. Alright, I'll give it. Yeah, I'm just gonna give it. This is really good. Whoa, God, stop that.
Dude, she sheathed his sword.
I wouldn't have to be doing this if you just behaved. But you're selfish.
Why'd oh. I was about to say, like, why'd you sheath just to unsheath it again?
You know, dramatic effect.
Aw. Luckily. Well, actually, we knew that was going to happen, but still.
Hurt me long before we met. All sorts of people in all sorts of ways. But no one hurt me quite like you. You didn't leave scars. You
Whoa.
just left me alone. So, tell me, Blake, how does it feel to be alone?
I'm not alone.
Bitch! Yes!
Bumblebee!
Told you last episode, you just has to go all in. How are you okay after that?
After you just eat a fucking motorcycle?
Yeah.
You just do?
Dang. It's okay. Catch your breath for a second. I could hold him off.
She's right, Blake. It's okay. We have unfinished business.
You still have an arm.
Oh my god. Easy. Maybe this is why the last episode was so short. Give me a second to watch all this. Oh shit. Oh my god.
His semblance is like yours. He absorbs energy through his sword, stores it up, and then sends it back when he's ready. He gets to dish out damage without having to feel it? That's just cheap.
So what happens if he never had that sword? How would you ever figure it out? It's like if Deku never found out he had the Shadow Clone Jutsu quickly. He doesn't. But what if?
But he does.
Not this time.
Leave us alone. This is your last chance.
It's a strong arm.
Do you really believe that? Or are you just trying to scare me away so you won't have to die trying to protect her?
She's not protecting me, Adam. And I'm not protecting her.
protecting each other.
Okay.
Okay.
So how does that answer your question about ass kicking animation?
It does very much so, well and above. I do like it, actually, this episode generally, because it deals with my issues with like the hand-to-hand combat versus like characters fighting against like a larger like being.
Mm-hmm.
In the fight with the giant, it's more of a collaborative effect, not so much flashy movements, but more just people doing different things, all affecting like one being. But of course, like in a one-on-one fight, it's definitely what it catches my eye is definitely like obviously spin moves, but also just like how the camera moves and everything like that. And they did it really well. Like, I know I've always compared like this series as far as finding animation. You can go ahead and do your math calculations.
I'm about to do it right now.
You usually compare like fight choreography like with how it was back in Volume 1 and 2 when Monty was still on board.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say like, oh, like Volume 1 and 2 is still like top animation. It still is to this day. But the animation team this time around has really refined what they've been doing. And I really appreciate how far
really appreciate it.
Appreciate how far they've come. Just show it off in this episode. So even though this wasn't the longest episode, and thankfully it wasn't the shortest,
far from the shortest,
it had enough to just get me back up on, I guess, the hype train. Especially how they resolved Blake and Yang versus Adam. Just like how, or at least how they handled it.
Mm-hmm.
Where they just kind of knew what was going on. It's all about that camaraderie that Team RWBY's all about, and that's just pretty much it. And so, I guess we'll just have like a last bit of just both fights, and we'll just see the outcome. Probably, Cordovan will lose for sure. I'm not sure how particularly, but
she wins.
Like everyone's in jail.
Series ends with them in jail. They just spend the rest of their lives there.
What was really revealing, and again, Corin's pointed this out, was Adam's semblance and also his face.
Yeah, she pointed that out in the spoiler thread, the face. But way to go, Corey, and spoil the semblance in a fucking discussion video.
Right?
That is a huge no-no. And I'm disappointed that you did that.
I mean, she didn't describe it specifically, but it was just like, oh, you get to know about Adam's semblance.
It's the fact that it's something that we went into. All right, when are they going to say it? How are they going to say it?
Right. I was thinking like, okay, so if it's going to be semblance, what is it? And I thought, I was like, is this some weird double team thing? Kind of like Blake? But no, it's really... What's weird is that his power is to be able to absorb attacks like with his sword as he sheaths it back, as why he excessively sheaths his blade and unsheaths it. So that just got me thinking, like, if he never had a sword to begin with, how would he have ever... Actually, how did he ever figure out his semblance?
Would it just be any weapon?
Maybe. That'd be my second guess. Like, any like weapon he uses. So that got me thinking, like, maybe not all semblances rely on like just the physical aspect of the person, but just like anything like touching the person, I guess. So like, I think that's the same weird thing with Jean, is that he has a lot of aura, but I don't think he can activate it on himself per se, but I think he can give it to other people. It's kind of like My Hero Academia, where like the One for All quirk is just the ability to pass it on. Well, it's actually it's a hybrid, but the original one was just to pass the quirk on. So, okay. I can see that. It was just really weird. But I do like Yang's comment. Because if she wasn't going to say it, everyone else would say it.
You mean he gets to dish out damage without getting hurt? It's cheating.
But, oh my god, I do want to talk a little bit more about the animation. Just how they, like, emphasize, like, Adam's movements, like, with, like, the black and the red was really cool. Even though, like, a lot of it is just going to be him just, like, using a really thin sword, they actually, like, expanded it out just to show the impact of, like, each hit. So that was really cool. And, oh my god, I gotta go into, like, when Yang was actually, like, really going in with counterattacks. I don't know how many punches he did to that sword in that one foul swoop. It was like... And then, like, it went back and forth. It was just nuts. I was amazed by it. Loved it. And also a lot of refine on, like, Blake's combat as well. It was really well handled as far as, like, her use of semblance as an evasive maneuver. That's just me gawking over that stuff. I do like Jean at the very beginning having such a cool head about, like, how to deal with something that surpassed Metal Gear.
Something to surpass Metal Gear?
And of course it wasn't just him, it was just everyone's input on, like, what they can do. Unfortunately, Oscar isn't able to take it on, so he has to go with Maria and just kind of, like, get a look at everything. And Crow, not being that offensive, is also, like, watching as a Crow. And then Ren just kind of does a little reconnaissance in a way.
Mm-hmm.
The poor guy, I thought he was going to just be stuck there for the remaining bits of the battle. Well.
Right?
This turned into a difficult situation.
Not properly planned on my end.
And then Nora just coming in there like, you give me back my mans.
Right?
I was like, shit. I will say there was one weird thing about the episode, and that was, like, when everyone split off in slow motion, and you just see, like, the Rose, like, go in slow motion and just kind of, like, whip out to just, like, reveal RWBY as she shoots and does, like, a backflip. There was something weird about that. It was just, I think it was just, like, because she, like, rose up, and I guess that was the peak of her jump, and that's just how it is. But I was figuring that it would just she continued to extend. But I guess there is a limit to how far she can go. As we just saw, yeah.
She ran out of speed.
That is a weird semblance too, because it isn't just based on, like, how fast she runs, like, from the beginning. It's she has a point and she can vector out to a certain, like, distance.
No, I wouldn't say she can vector out, as it is just hold it for a set amount of time.
Yeah,
because if it was a vector out, it would only go in one direction.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, oh yeah,
but she's fucking done spirals around bullshit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
My question is, does she have to hold it? Like, if she does it, is it like, okay, you've activated it, now you have to wait for it to run out, or can she activate and then stop midway?
That's true, because there are moments where she doesn't go the same distance, but it reverts back. So maybe that is the case. Otherwise, she has, like, free control. Only for a certain limit, though. But most cases, she doesn't need to do that. Otherwise, she'd literally be flying everywhere. You just see, like, aircrafts, and they're just, like, going about their normal business, and they just see... It's like that scene from Iron Man.
Right.
They first see the suit for the first time. But I think that's pretty much it, what I wanted to bring up. Is there anything else you want to bring up before we go into calculations here?
Oh my word, man. This was not the longest episode, but it definitely had a lot just crammed in there. And I think that's solely because there's just a lot of fight. It started off as a fight, and it just kept going into the fight. What is old lady's name?
Maria.
No, not our old lady.
Oh, Cordovan.
Yeah, Caroline Cordovan. So Dude, she's a badass in that Metal Gear.
Yeah. She... Go ahead.
She caught a rocket without blowing it up and then threw it accurately at a fly-sized thing. Like, think about that. Imagine catching a grain of rice without, like,
crushing it,
suddenly
or
stopping it or crushing it,
mm-hmm.
and then throwing it over the shoulder at a fly and hitting it.
Well then,
I just want that comparison out there. And then and then I also want to point out, just dude, that flurry of punches from Yang. That was oh man, that was so nice.
Mm-hmm.
See, this is when the show flourishes, when it's like, okay, enough drama, now we fight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna pull that.
Yeah, sure.
With them punches, because ooh. But
what happened?
I don't know. It just said, let's skip to the end of the episode, even though you wanted punches.
Oh, sorry. Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Like, that was wow, dude.
Yeah, dude. He entered that fight with her going ham.
Mm.
Like, the difference between him fighting Blake and him fighting Yang is just night and day.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not trying to hurt you, Yang. Or I'm not trying to hurt you, Blake. But Yang, it's go time.
And it's not even to mention, like, he got hit by a motorcycle.
Oh yeah, he did get a motorcycle thrown at him. At full speed.
Full speed.
Full speed downhill. Into the liver. As choppy as, like, some of the animation was to, like, give the feel of, like, this is going by fast,
mm-hmm.
It was very smooth. And I liked it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone felt really, really fast.
Yeah.
Especially that first strike from Adam. That first strike that he did where everything's just, like, 5 of him.
Right, like the...
stabbing at her. And then...
What do they call those? I forget.
What?
After images.
Yeah. You see him draw, you see him go back, and then you see the swing, and it's all that all at once.
Yeah.
And it's just like, how fast is this guy? And then the images catch up with him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. That's always, like, the thing I have, like, with Adam is that, like, terrible character, but a great fighter.
He's an excellent character. He's a bad person, but he's an excellent character.
Fair enough, alright.
Because who he is meant to be in the story, he does it really well.
Okay.
Everyone's just like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
But look at him, he's so hot. Like, that was Corin's feelings towards his face reveal.
Oh.
That she brought up right there. Yeah. In the next episode, they show his face, and he's hot.
It's because it's the blue eyes, man. It's blue eyes. Do you know the significance of, like, the wording, like, branded on its left side?
That
Zuko style,
right? That Zuko fucking. How many shows have we had where there's a Zuko scar in it?
Probably a lot.
I'm not sure what it is. It could just be a branding of him as, like, a fauna.
Yeah, that'd probably be the more realistic thing.
I can see why he wears a mask, though.
Yeah, I thought it was just, like, for, like, dramatic effect, and the fact that what was it in his trailer? I thought it was because, like, he was saying all those words, like, we need them to, like, remember, like, what we look like.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just that, but
yeah,
I can see why now he covers it up.
I thought his semblance revolved around him not needing to see.
Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
Where he just had some spidey sense going on because he's a really good fighter.
Mm-hmm. Like, the more senses closed off, the better you are, like, sensing, I guess, like, aura and whatnot.
Right? He moves around in a sensory deprivation bath. Just, they're here. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Arise, Lord Vader.
Work pad me.
Alright, So total episode runtime was 15 minutes.
Okay.
Almost 16 minutes.
Oh, wow.
The episode itself ran for 12 minutes, 43 seconds. That is 80% show. And that is an almost 19% increase from last week.
Okay.
Which is very welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Oh, I forgot to do the average. But the average went down because it's less than 15 minutes, which is our current average.
Oh.
So I'm going to throw those numbers in. Just under 15 minutes.
Okay. All right. Anything else? I think we're pretty much good.
Just a great
episode. Oh my god. Such a welcoming episode for me. As someone who wanted to see more fighting. Just like, ugh.
From when I've been yelling this whole time. There needs to be more punches.
Yeah, that's true. Such a welcome thing. I think this fight scene right here beats out everything in Volume 5. Like, everything.
Right? Volume 5 was whack.
Whack ass volume.
It really was.
It's a WAV file.
Ooh. 83.39% is the average amount of show per show.
Yeah, you think that it changes based on like the credit and opening stuff? Mm-hmm. Because I know that the previews had changed.
Yeah,
but...
it's definitely been eating the amount of show that is per length of an episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Thanks. We'll end it here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. #bye, everyone.